Welcome to NEXTGames Odyssey series. This video covering the Shield Jail NM Dealan-dhe on the Vengeance 15 difficulty. Now we're going to start with RP farming strategies on Dealan-dhe and kind of what you should shoot for in regards to soloing this in a single run. And then I'll go ahead and show you the battle example against Dealan-dhe on the Vengeance 15 difficulty. Now the future of the Odyssey series is now going to be devoted to a single thing, and that is Vengeance levels. Now the higher Vengeance level that you attempt the run on, the more RP you're going to get. So I felt it important in this series to showcase the differences between the Vengeance levels so that people could best gauge where they may take on this content and get the most for their RP. Now if you are new to Odyssey and would like to know more about the specifics of these NMs, make sure you go to the earlier episodes in the series where I cover all of them in detail. Now just to quickly recap the history of this NM, on the Vengeance 0 difficulty, we did a little under 1900 Alliance DPS and killed him in 2 minutes with Ninja. The boss had approximately 250,000 hit points. Now on the Vengeance 5 difficulty, I did just under 1400 Alliance DPS and killed him in 6 minutes with Ninja. The boss had approximately 500,000 hit points and it earned us 68 RP. Now on Vengeance 10, we did a little over 1000 Alliance DPS and killed it in 12 minutes on Red Mage. The boss had approximately 750,000 hit points on this Vengeance level. Now for my Vengeance 15 run, I took in Ninja with my plan to do multi-step skill chains of 10 Camu Shun Shun. Now on Vengeance 5, I was doing an average of about 8,000 damage for my weapon skills, and steps 3 and 4 of my skill chain were doing 8 to 10,000 in damage. My magic burst as well were also hitting at this level for around 8 to 10,000 damage. Now sadly, when we get to Vengeance 15, all of those numbers get cut in less than half. Now his total hit point at this Vengeance level is exactly 1 million hit points, so we definitely have a work cut out for us in order to finish this in time. Now as you can see on the right hand side here, with that strategy that I just recommended, I'm doing an average Alliance damage of a little over 1150 DPS, and was actually looking to be about 30 seconds short on finishing this run in time. So towards the end of the run, I tried to switch up my strategy a little bit to maybe a dark multi-step skill chain, continually just doing back-to-back Shuns for light skill chain damage, and then of course trying to magic burst as I did with Vengeance 5. Sadly, all of these resulted in lowering my DPS numbers to as low as 950 DPS by the end. So due to this, I actually do feel that a single run solo on Vengeance 15 of Dealan-dhe is possible, but it must be an absolutely perfect run. Here are the things you will want to keep in mind when attempting to finish this in a single run on Vengeance 15. Okay, this first thing is something I didn't do during my run, and that easily would have saved me a full minute, possibly allowing me to finish this run from the get-go. And that is, spend just a little time buffing, less than 30 seconds if possible. Get your trust out, and then pull that NM and start getting damage in. Also, fight right there at the starting spot. Don't waste all the time pulling him down here. There is absolutely no danger of dying on this, so there's no reason to pull him back. The next thing I recommend is every 3 minutes, pull out your Great Katana and use Tachi Egha to reduce the NM's defense. Now you need to make sure that you do this efficiently in between your sets of multi-hit skill chains. If not, this is actually going to end up slowing you down and lowering your overall DPS. Now next, you want to make sure that you use Matsui P, or another good MBer, to add damage to all of your skill chains. Now on this Vengeance level, it's not really beneficial to MB yourself anymore due to the lower MB damage, so this can add as much as 250 additional DPS if done correctly. You also want to make sure that Urine, Myoshu, and Gekka are up at all times, but you can actually let your shadows drop at times until you finish the current multi-step skill chain that you're on. Again, there's really no risk of dying on this one. All of your focus needs to be getting in your damage as efficiently as possible. So if you're using those time-saving methods at the beginning of your run that I failed to use in mine, and everything else goes perfectly, I absolutely could see someone finishing this run with less than 1 minute remaining, and this is basically based on the fact that I got him to 6% hit points remaining without using some of these time-saving factors, and with trying some other strategies in there that ended up lowering my overall DPS. Now all that being said, I really see the sweet spot for this NM being in that Vengeance 12 to 14 range. If you find that you need to solo a lot of RP for this particular NM, that's where I recommend you should focus. Find out whichever Vengeance level between 12 and 14 is the ideal one that you can do to consistently beat with under a minute remaining, and then you've found your ideal farming level. Now in regards to the trust selection on this, as you can see I'm using Matsui P for MB damage, Kurumoru for haste and Dia, Omiya for marches, and Monburo and Kupipi for cures. Now just to note, I do time out at 6% health on this, but I do not give up. I take Red Mage back in, and I end up getting the full RP amount and unlocking R20 on the Hesperidae. Okay, that should be it. Let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of this battle example. Enjoy the rest of the run, everyone. And that's going to be it for RP farming on Dealan-dhe. I hope you found that helpful. This will be the last time you see me taking on Dealan-dhe. In the next video in the series, we'll be taking on Odyssey on Vengeance 15. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. I hope you found that helpful. Stay safe and stay healthy out there.